to recreate the world from scratch. And we're talking like this man is creating penicillin from scratch. This man is creating modern food and seasonings from scratch. This nigga is using science to make shit work, and not for nothing. As somebody who is, we're focusing on the story. You can't even, we're muted right now.
I would say Blue Exorcist because JoJo is too confusing. But cool. Keep moving.
John, let me just get this off. JoJo is literally about a fucking dickhead asshole who has been taunting generations of a fucking family.
Wait, no, because you won already. Let me get off then. If you're gonna say it like that, nigga, then Blue Exorcist is about the sons of the devil, not knowing that they were the son of the devil, becoming priests to fucking exorcise fucking demons and shit. So it's a way better story, regardless of the fact.
All right, Mac, you're the last one. You're the tiebreaker. Who's winning this round? Is it Death Note or is it Hell's Paradise? And be honest, we're talking about story. They're fighting stories right now. This is story versus story. Who's winning it?
Okay. It's Hell's Paradise. Once L died, that shit kind of got weak.
That kind of hurted me though.
Welcome, one and all. Hope you're living well. Hope you're doing right. It is the Nerdy by Nature boys. I got my good brother, the razor sharp assassin with the clipper, and Johnny B with me. We also got the Black Kage, the Hook Kage, aka Mr. Salt and Pepper. He's salt and peppering it up today in Chris Spring. And we got Badman forward. Badman pull up. Badman forward. Badman pull up. Badman forward. Badman pull up. Badman on my nuts.
What did he say?
Badman Shawnee in the motherfucking.
How am I on your nuts and you're doing the Batman shit? If you don't get this, yo.
Moving on.
We are the Nerdy by Nature. This is not a podcast episode, by the way. We have something special for you guys today. We have something special for you guys today. We have, because it is the month of March, and I'm the only person that really pays attention to sports in this. I think Crispina a little bit, but not too much.
Don't disrespect me.
No, I know you do, but I don't know how in depth you are when it comes to sports. But anyway, if anybody knows, in basketball there is the March Madness tournament, and everyone's doing a bracket of something, right? So I said, hey, why not we do a bracket for anime shows? So this year we have our first annual Anime March Madness bracket. Can I get a round of applause? And as you can see, it is the four of us. So, as you can see, it is the four of us. Well, the three of us in a Badman. And we need, obviously, 3 to make any type of vote. Well, odd numbers help votes. So, because John is a family man and a father, he doesn't have enough time to watch any other anime besides One Piece. So, he is our moderator for this event. And this will be, I want to say, a 4-week event. So every week we'll be dropping videos.
4 or 5.
It's like 4 or 5 or whatever. We'll be dropping videos every week, counting down, arguing, covering this, counting down, arguing. And figuring out and figuring out what is the best anime of all time. Now, John, please, if you could take the mic, and explain to the audience a little bit of the rules before we get started.
Cool. So basically, if you could pull up the bracket for this part, this would be great, just so that we could have some visual aid while we're talking about it. We're gonna go ahead and have this list completely randomized. So the order that you guys see this list in right now is not what's being debated today. So this is going to be randomized, and after it's randomized, the guys are going to go through each bracket, each round here, like each competitor, and debate on who gets to advance to round 2, which will be the following episode. So today's episode is going to be debated on one specific category. Today's category, these animes are going to be competing based on story. So this is content of the story itself. So there's other categories that we will get into in further rounds. We're going to only talk about the story, the plot, the events, the meat and potatoes of it all. What gets you from the beginning, the middle, and end. Good old fashioned story. Okay.
Good old fashioned. La historia del animator.
There we go. So let's go ahead and do that randomization. So we can So let's pull this back up. Randomize.
So we're doing
this.
just one randomize and whatever it is what it is, right?
Whatever it is.
Randomize,
I want to just quickly go off it. Who's the fastest reader here that can quickly read all 32?
I got it. We're going from the top to bottom. Were you reading the left side?
Just let me know. Go do the left side and let me know.
Zoom in on that list a little bit so that it's a little clearer for everybody at home watching.
Okay. All right. Ready? Yeah. Okay. So the anime that are in our March Anime Madness or Anime March Madness is Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist, Blue Exorcist, Hell's Paradise, Rising of the Shield Hero, Bluelock, Undead Unluck, Dr. Stone, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, Initial D, Mashle, Magic and Muscles, Black Clover, Death Note, One Punch Man, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Tokyo Revengers, Vinland Saga, Spy Family, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Fire Force, Reincarnated as a Slime, Haikyuu, Gundam Wing, The Promised Neverland, Mob Psycho, Megalobox, Hajime no Ippo, Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai Champloo, and Soul Eater. So that is 32 anime.
Yes. One thing I want to add, because there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are going to bitch, complain, and moan in the comments. The Big Three and Dragon Ball are not here.
No.
The Big Three and Dragon Ball are not present.
Tell them why.
We know you guys love them.
There's a reason.
We love them.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why
we love them. And you
them.
guys love them. And we don't think it's fair to put any of these motherfuckers against One Piece. So we're just gonna throw that out there. It's just,
I like how you said that.
So
and
we're not gonna do it. So we're just not gonna do it. It's not fair. No Big Three, no Dragon Ball, none of that. They're great. They can continue to be great in their own category, all amongst the stars themselves.
If anything, this is for the fifth place.
The fifth place.
Those ones are already cemented.
It's really it's
number
just
5
not fair.
spot
no
right
argument.
here, and it will be unfair. Definitely, if you have been paying attention to our channel for the past 2 years or so, you know that we love One Piece, and none of these shits are beating One Piece for us. Or let me speak for myself. For me,
yeah,
for my
speak for yourself. It's just that it would be
defend some bullshit about one of these other shits beating it, but
Luffy right there.
Of us here, One Piece is clearing everything on here. Dragon Ball Z is clearing everything. If not for Dragon Ball, we don't get these shits. We've already said that. Naruto and Bleach, I mean, you could toss those up as 4A and 4B.
But they're clearing these motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, a lot of the basically, just like how John said it would not be fair to have those go against this list because of our bias for those particular.
Yeah. Plus, that doesn't make for a fun conversation. We've heard these arguments over and over and over again. It's time to argue some different things, some different animes in these categories. So let's just jump right into it. Let's do it. Let's randomize this list and let's see who's going head to head today in round 1.
Fuck.
Ready?
Round 1.
Drum roll.
Fight.
Damn. I'm gonna just press the bomb.
Yeah, press the bomb and then randomize it.
The bomba. Woo! That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Round. All right, so we're gonna go obviously round 1.
Let's just see the matches first before we do anything. Let's go down the matches.
No. Actually, let's not. Let's just let
you don't want to see it. Okay, so we going.
Let's just continue down the list as we go.
So we going 1 and 32, which is One Punch Man and Full Metal.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty. So
what is in back and forth?
Yeah. We got One Punch Man versus Full Metal. Now this was regular Full Metal, or is this assumed Brotherhood? Brotherhood. Yeah. Okay. So Full Metal Brotherhood versus One Punch Man.
Honestly,
there's nothing to argue here.
There's nothing to really argue.
So let's start real quick. Crispin is flexing. I wanted to start with Shawnee, but Crispin's flexing, so I want Crispin to go
somewhere
first.
on here. Alfonso, somewhere. There we go.
Crispin, tell us story. Bro. This is story. They're competing.
I know.
Okay. I just wanted to remind everybody.
This is arguably the best story out here. You know what I'm saying? Arguably the best story out here. So it's not even close.
Out here?
For sure.
Full Metal, arguably the best story out here. It's not even close. Get One Punch the fuck out of here, bro.
Gotcha.
Fuck out of here.
I have no reason. I have nothing to say, bro. He's absolutely right. It's the best anime out there.
Full Metal.
Full Metal story.
Best story.
Correct. And
right now,
it's so funny because the first matchup is like a literal David versus Goliath type thing. It's like there is no way that One Punch Man story is anywhere near Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Again, I never saw the regular Full Metal Alchemist, but the Brotherhood storyline, it's done.
So Shawnee, to be honest, Brotherhood is the fuck happened to this guy?
I don't know what happened to him.
He got stabbed in the face. I keep going.
But yeah, continue. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, bro. I'm agreeing with the guys here. Brotherhood is arguably one of the best stories in anime. You get it from start to finish in less than 100 episodes. Hell, I don't even think Full Metal hits 60 episodes, if that. I could be completely wrong. I don't remember, but I know it's definitely under 100. And from start to finish, you get a full story. One Punch Man. The One Punch Man essentially, like, it's a parody. It's a parody story. It's literally about a guy who. It's just a blackball. Like if this was based on fighting and action scenes, then you can make an argument there to beat. But if we just talking story, dog, it's just about a guy who got bored with life and just fucking wanted to work out, ran and then became the strongest human in the world. Yeah, like 110 miles per hour the fucking day. Like, dog, come on now, my man. Like, I love Saitama. It's just fucking hilarious. But if we just talking straight story, like, Full Metal cooks, not even close. Like, Full Metal cooks. Not even close.
Reincarnated as a slime and Megalobox.
All right, let's get back to this. I'm gonna go first.
Yes,
I'm gonna go first.
Tell me.
I'm gonna say Megalobox. I'm gonna say Megalobox because I have not seen Reincarnated as a slime. So I'm just gonna go with what I know, and I like that story. It's not the most intricate one. It's just a really simple story, A to B. Nothing crazy, but I like it. So I'm gonna go Megalo. Know what I'm saying? I don't know. Reincarnated as a slime.
That's fair. We can accept that. Shawnee, what would you say? Who's got the best story here in this round, this matchup?
So for me, Megalobox is pretty much your underdog story. My man is trying to trying to become the best boxer in his area, but using non-conventional means because they're in a world where essentially they use like robotic parts to enhance the boxing ability. So I forgot, it's a Junkyard Joe. I forgot what they called him.
Junkyard Joe is his name.
No, Junkyard Joe's the nickname, but he had another nickname because he used the mechanic. He didn't use the mechanic. I forgot. It's been so long since I watched it. But I'm gonna give it to Reincarnated as a slime because even though Megalobox has like a very straightforward underdog story and it's about 12 episodes start to finish. I think it's 12. It's been a while, but Reincarnated slime is like is a isekai. The dude is kind of just living a normal boring life. He gets killed off and reincarnated in this world as a slime, but he's essentially a Kirby where he can like absorb fucking shit and gain their abilities and whatnot. And it's not necessarily an underdog story, but it's kind of just like, it's very wholesome. Just the fact of how he starts as a slime and now he has a kingdom. He has a whole bunch of different archetypes of characters under him, and he's continuing to build that, and they keep joining him. And the story, and as you keep going, the story keeps getting fleshed out and whatnot. So I'm giving it to slime.
Okay. We can accept that answer. Mac, how do you feel in this match?
I would, I guess I'm the tiebreaker. I would also agree with Shawnee. I would have to give it to Reincarnated as a slime, just because I think
it just goes to the but it's all good.
No, I used to shit on
there's a lot of isekai that I won't watch.
Yeah. But this one in particular is really good. Just because he kind of he didn't have a shit life, but his life, it was nothing like what he is doing in the slime story. And spoilers, the story within the story, what happens to, I forgot the girl's name, but the girl that he absorbs, her story is sad as fuck. Like, and there's no story like that in Megalobox. Again, I haven't watched the second season, so I'm not 100% sure. But being a junkyard motherfucker who wants to box in unconventional means is not better than a girl who was summoned to a world that she didn't want to be in and was like forced to be a killer when she didn't want to be that, and then eventually started wandering the earth and met these kids and taught these kids how to hone their magic so they also don't do the same thing that she did, and so that they don't die, but she died in the process. That's a lot sadder than what's happening in Megalobox.
And she literally, and then it gets crazy.
But it's not about emotion. This is not about emotion. Don't talk to me about no emotion.
This is not a story. This is the story. This is the story.
Sad, though. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck about no sad shit.
I didn't say anything.
That's story. That's like saying that's like saying with Full Metal that because their mom got bobbed, we can't count that.
No.
They tried to bring their mom back and they failed and lost body.
I didn't say that though. I didn't say that.
Got it.
No, but you can't talk about the emotional part because this is not the topic. It's the story more.
I get.
But I never said anything.
I get what Crispin is saying. I get what Crispin is saying because we don't want to jump into a different category that may or may not be planned for another round. So I think it's very clear that Reincarnated as a slime has won this matchup. So let's go ahead and go back to the bracket. And unfortunately, Megalobox, you did not win this round. Okay.
This one's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be interesting. So now we have Dr. Stone versus Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, this is gonna be real interesting. I want to start with Mackie on this one.
You unmuted me? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Everybody's good to go.
So this one is very difficult because I love JJK. I shitted on it when I first watched it, then I rewatched it and I was like, nah, I was misinformed.
But remember, it's just the quality of the story itself.
Allow me to get to what I want. It's going to be long-winded, but I'm going to make a point on which one I'll choose. But in
you got a minute.
As someone who pays attention to especially a lot of the new anime that comes out, Dr. Stone is never an anime that I hear get talked about as like a really good anime, and I think it's slept on. Even though it has now 4 seasons or some shit like that, it's still slept on that nobody really talks about this anime. I get it. Nobody wants to learn about science and all that other shit while they're trying to watch anime, but the story behind it, having the ability to be so smart that you get turned to stone and you count the seconds in which you are stoned. And I'm not talking about that kind of stone.
Focusing on character.
Exactly. You want the character.
Fine. I bet. Fine. But I just think that the whole story of the world, to be honest with you, Dr. Stone is kind of an isekai. They get thrown from one world to another world, the Stone Age, and they're trying to bring back civilization. That's literally what the story is about. But it gets deeper than that because they find out that it wasn't a magic source that caused the earth to go to stone. It was actually science.
2 minutes of talking shit?
So, but even though I really do like that story, JJK's story as a whole is more my type of story because it's a little more darker, it's a little more edgier. Yuji Itadori, even though people shit on him and say he doesn't really have too much depth as a character, I enjoy the story of how he becomes who he is in the world. So I'm just gonna go with JJK on this one.
Got you. So we got one for Jujutsu Kaisen. Crispin, in terms of story and only story, what would you say is winning this matchup?
I'm gonna tell you something.
Kaisen or Dr. Stone?
Dr. Stone, right? It's a good story if you like episodic stuff, because that's how I feel like Dr. Stone is. Yeah, there's sometimes the 3 episodes are connected in the same story. Yes, I have watched it.
Continue.
Yes, I have watched it. I said that's how I feel. That's how it feels.
Okay.
Listen. But Jujutsu Kaisen, the intricacies in the story of Jujutsu Kaisen when it comes to season 1, season 2, and the movie, the connection of it is unmatched. So I'm gonna go Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Got you. Okay. Now, Shawnee, when it comes to story, we're talking about Dr. Stone and Jujutsu Kaisen, and who you got in this round.
Well, it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna either way I go, it's decided. But for the sake of how I feel, if we're going straight off story, I'm gonna be on the opposite side and go with Dr. Stone, because the fact that listen, if we're just talking straight story, we're talking about the world where they're in our current time. The whole fucking world gets turned to stone by unknown means, and fucking 3,000 something years later, dude breaks out, by the way that Mac explained, and he's the only one who's smart enough to recreate the world from scratch. And we're talking like this man is creating penicillin from scratch. This man is creating modern food and seasonings from scratch. This nigga is using science to make shit work, and not for nothing, as somebody who is... We're focusing on the story. You can't even... We're muted right now. If we're just talking straight story about how you have to literally start from scratch, like you have the knowledge of the future and you got to start from scratch, and you got to reboot the whole world and whatnot, while having to deal with other people who want to change that aspect of it, that shit's crazy. And this is coming from somebody who loves JJK, who's watched the movie fucking 10 times in a row, back to back. Favorite characters, Yuta. My man's back there. I'm getting the tat sometime later this year. I love it, but if we're just talking straight story, like from like, it's hard because you're comparing full stories. But I'm talking about just straight initial story.
So you're gonna solidify your answer with Dr. Stone.
Yes, I'm going Dr. Stone.
So we got 1 Dr. Stone and 2 for Jujutsu Kaisen. Next matchup is Bluelock and Vinland Saga
and Bluelock.
Vinland Saga. Okay, so let's get rid of this. We're talking about story, Mac, Vinland Saga or Bluelock.
As someone who grew up playing soccer, watching soccer, I understand, and who wanted to be a forward. I understand. That's I understand. Yeah, that's Bluelock. I'm sorry.
So it's Bluelock.
It's gonna be quick. I'm not gonna go too long. I have a deep connection with Bluelock because I understand what it takes to become a striker, the level of training and just mental stamina you have to have in order to be the best in the world. But Vinland Saga's story is way too... Thank you, Will. Vinland Saga's story is way too more in depth. There's storylines within the storyline, and like the story of him, like of Thorfinn, is just sad. Like, he was a 6-year-old or 7-year-old kid when he started. Spoilers who haven't seen it, but he was a 6-7-year-old kid who literally left home and became a warrior at the age of like 6, 7. Yeah.
So we're going Vinland Saga. With Vinland Saga for you, Mac. Sorry, because we got to move along a little bit. We're going Vinland Saga. Okay, Crispin, How do you feel between this matchup? You going Bluelock with story, or you going Vinland Saga?
Vinland Saga, bro. It's not even close.
Vinland Saga. Nothing you want to say. He's got nothing to say about it. He's like, nope, it's Vinland Saga. That's it. No discussion. What about you, Shawnee? What do you feel? You feel Bluelock, or you feeling Vinland Saga for this?
I'm going Vinland Saga. There's nothing to say. Whatever Crispin just said, I second that, and I'm good.
Vinland Saga's got this one beat.
Yeah.
Story wise. Okay. Let's go there and let's give Vinland Saga the win. Okay.
Ooh, that's now getting sexy. That's getting sexy.
Now we're at I can't read that. It's a little bit too small for me.
Hajime no Ippo and My Hero Academia.
Hajime no Ippo and My Hero Academia. Okay, so Crispin, I want you to go first for that one. You were very excited.
This was tough. You know what I'm saying? This was tough.
But waiting for you, boy.
but it's tough because of the story of Hajime no Ippo at the beginning of Hajime no Ippo. Not the entire story, just the beginning. It's a good story. Then it drags and it gets a little repetitive. But saying that,
is that better than My Hero?
It's not better than My Hero. My Hero Academia.
So you're giving it to My Hero. All right. So Mackie, how do you feel about this matchup?
It's My Hero. Exactly what Crispin said. The beginning of Hajime no Ippo, when he was getting bullied, and he found out his actual love for the sport, was amazing. I can only assume that the manga probably went more in depth, because come to find out his dad was a boxer. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen. His dad is a boxer. I don't know if the manga went into in depth, but to see that in the anime probably would have helped the story a little bit more, because when the series started, his dad is not alive. But My Hero Academia is the one.
Giving it to My Hero Academia. Gotcha. Shawnee, I might know where this is going with you, but I'm gonna ignore Deku in the back corner over there. Who's winning this matchup when it comes to story?
Look, man, it's obvious.
Honest.
They're both underdogs, but it's My Hero.
It's My Hero Academia. All right, let's go ahead. Let's pull that bracket back up.
This nigga got 3 Dekus back there.
And let's give My Hero Academia the win. All righty. Ooh, I'm glad I don't have to vote for this one.
Honestly, it's really not hard.
All right,
it's not hard.
All right,
it's not hard at all.
Guys, audience,
it's story, not soundtrack. Okay,
we're looking at. Okay, I took that personally. Screw you. All right, so we are looking at Attack on Titan versus Samurai Champloo.
I'm gonna just say this. If this was a character battle, this would have been closer. It was a character battle. If it was second round, if they saw each other in the second round, it would have been like a year bit closer. But Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan is getting it. Okay, Attack on Titan for Crispin. Shawnee, give me your vote. We going Attack on Titan or?
I agree with Mac, man. Like, if this was soundtrack, this wouldn't even be a competition. But if we just talking story, my nigga, ain't nobody in Samurai Champloo getting their mom chopped in episode 1, dog. It's Attack on Titan, my boy.
Attack on Titan. Got you. Mackie, how do you feel about this matchup? Samurai Champloo?
Attack on Titan. Let's go to the next round. Attack on Titan. It's not.
Yeah,
I like Samurai Champloo. I didn't finish it, but Attack on Titan. I'm sorry.
Attack on Titan is a Titan.
I'm gonna be like, oh, how could you put Attack on Titan and not put
it was random.
Big 3? Listen, right? Attack on Titan. There's a lot of shit that's issued with Attack on Titan. So, and I don't think all of us are as headstrong about Attack on Titan as we are about One Piece or the other.
We literally had a whole debate about this. Like, Attack on Titan was just one that we decided to let slip through because we made the argument that the rounds can dictate. Like, it might not clear. It depends what goes up.
It might not clear a certain round that it may go to, depending on who it faces.
Yeah, depending on who it faces. Yeah, there was a lot of variables, and we thought it'd be interesting to leave it in. So let's go ahead and give Attack on Titan the win. And our next category is Hell's Paradise versus Death Note. This is a very interesting matchup. Holy shit!
This is
hard. Damn.
This is
In the first round.
This one's hard. Like, see,
this one's hard, yo.
One's hard.
Okay, well, Shawnee, I want you to start this one.
Fuck,
You've got story. We're only talking about story. We're not talking
Leave
about.
Leave me for the end.
We're not talking about these characters individually or how we feel about them. We just want to talk about the story as a whole. The story that you got from start to finish. Which story is taking it home for you? Are we going Death Note?
This one is actually pretty easy. I can't lie. It's pretty easy.
Depends.
If we're talking story, it's pretty easy.
Let me finish. Let me go. So Death Note is usually like one of the top 5 anime that I always recommend new anime watchers to watch, just because of how the cat and mouse game goes about and whatnot. I mean, and thinking about it now, it's not as difficult. I would say it's like medium. I'm gonna go with Hell's Paradise because of the fact that when you're looking at Death Note, it's literally about a kid who's smart as fuck and who can kind of get everything he wants to get done in the life, but he gets the power of the fucking Death Note and just decides that he wants to become the next god. And it's just you really look at it like you like the back and forth of him and L. But when you think about the story in a nutshell, it's kind of fucking stupid. Like as a kid. And then when you got Hell's Paradise, it's like, yo, like my man is a ninja and he's trying to get the fucking elixir of life for his master and shit. And then you're seeing them go to this fucked up world, fucked up immortal land, and they're fighting around it. And then the way that season 1 ends, and they flip the whole script on you, my nigga. Nah, it's Hell's Paradise.
We got Hell's Paradise. Okay, thank you for that, Shawnee. Crispin, I want you to tell me.
I'm just gonna say Death Note. I'm just gonna say Death Note, bro.
Death Note. Death Note. He wants it. He wants the Death Note. Got you. All right, Mac, you're the last one. You're the tiebreaker. Who's winning this round? Is it Death Note or is it Hell's Paradise? And be honest, we're talking about story. They're fighting stories right now. This is story versus story. Who's winning it?
Okay. It's Hell's Paradise.
Hell's Paradise.
Death Note just
Will's hilarious.
Death Note, the only reason why is because I 100% agree with, and this doesn't happen too often, but I 100% agree with what Shawnee said. The story in Death Note is really just a kid who is very smart and gets actually very prideful and egotistical. Whereas and it's only one storyline that's really happening. In Hell's Paradise, there's like at least 2 or 3 different storylines going on in the show. And just like he said, the way the story was flipped at the end, him thinking that him being tricked and thinking that shit was really there when it really was, where it may have not been because we are not sure. That beats Death Note, who is just again a teenage and angsty. You
cannot just say that it's one storyline in Death Note, but it's cool.
What's the other storyline?
No, we're moving on. We're moving on.
The girl that's in love with him is a whole different storyline. She started doing bullshit because she was in love with that nigga. That's a whole different storyline. And then the storyline coming back towards the other nigga. That's 3 different storylines. And if you want to put it interesting,
you want my honest opinion? That shit dragged.
Put the detective in there. Put the detective in there because niggas is smart. You gotta get to him.
Once
if you can't get to him,
once L died, that shit kind of got weak.
That kind of hurted me though.
Let's give Hell's Paradise the win because it won fair and square. All right, guys, we are looking at No, that was the last one. Chainsaw Man versus Fire Force.
Ooh,
Fire Force versus Chainsaw Man. We're talking story.
It's another easy one.
This is an easy one. Crispin, tell me what do you think? What do you think?
Fire Force, beauty.
Fire Force. They got a better story. Shawnee, what are you saying?
I mean,
Will is killing me.
I know it's probably tight. It's tough because. Damn.
Chainsaw Man or Fire Force? We're just talking story. We're not talking characters.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna kind of go. Shit.
Who's got the better plot?
I think I'm gonna go Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
Hear me out. Not even
here,
here,
bro.
I'm just gonna say what I say. I'm gonna lose it anyway. I'm gonna say it anyway. For me, I think Fire Force. The story is kind of the story is cool in Fire Force, but you got to make sure you keep up because you can get easily lost because there's a lot they throw at you can get fucked up on. Denji's shit was kind of fucked up about him just being a poor ass kid getting sold into fucking the mob, and then he had to sell his nigga sold his left testicle just to pay back these niggas that were extorting him for his whole life. Had to become a fucking demon. Then he gets killed by a whole bunch of zombies, reincarnated as a fucking as a chainsaw demon with his demon, and then the world just gets fucked up from there. So
everything you said at the beginning.
I'm sorry. I feel bad for the nigga. Well, I feel bad for the nigga. Yes, I feel bad for the nigga who sold an eye and a fucking testicle and is still getting extorted. I'm sorry. I love Fire Force to death. It's David's studio. Come on now. And I love Soul Eater.
So Shawnee, your vote 100% is going for Chainsaw Man.
Yes, I'll get fucking.
We're only talking about the anime, right?
Yes, we're just talking about the anime.
We're talking about the story. I mean, I know that. I just want to make sure that Shawnee knew that when he made his pick because
he was talking about. I feel bad.
I know how it ends.
Oh, okay, but that's my point. We're only talking about the anime. So if that is the case, we can only talk about what we have seen. This shit hasn't even been sanctioned for season 2 yet. Yes, we are getting a movie, but we don't know where the movie lies in. And I'm
movie is the next arc.
The movie's the next arc.
Let's move on. I'm picking
Fire Force.
The
steer off of the story is a lot better. I enjoyed that story more than
we got 2 for Fire Force, and we got 1 for what was Johnny's pick? Chainsaw Man. So let's go back to the bracket.
Oh man.
So we got Gundam Wing, and this was like, insert everyone's favorite Gundam category. Which is
cool because this is around the same time. I fucks with this.
Gundam Wing versus Rurouni Kenshin. All right, yeah. This is an interesting matchup. I love both of these so much.
Same.
Okay, so Crispin, yes, go, and then you can give your Kenshin. Damn.
Kenshin. That's it.
Shawnee.
Kenshin.
Mackie.
Shit.
Come on. I mean, it doesn't matter, but pick.
I mean, but say your shit and defend and just talk about it. That's it. Yeah, it don't matter really.
I was gonna say Gundam Wing. I just love that story,
and that's okay. Yeah, say it.
It's a fantastic story. I love Gundam Wing.
Yeah,
it's just where I got matched up against.
For me, it's Gundam, but damn. Gotcha. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy, guys.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Let's go back to the bracket. Yeah, I get the crew wants to get through this list, so let's get through the rest of these rounds.
I mean,
let's go back to the bracket.
We can argue it, but it's not really an argument for me personally.
No,
and I love Gundam.
Doesn't want to argue either.
Yeah,
this means like nope, it's Kenshin.
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I apologize. Here you go, guys.
Alrighty, so we're back here. Kenshin. We're gonna give Kenshin the win.
Oh, cool. Give scores. Nice.
Now we are going to Haikyuu versus Demon Slayer. These are very different, but let's see. All right, let's go one by one. Mackie, do you want to start with this one? You want to tell us who's winning this one? Demon Slayer or Haikyuu?
Story wise,
Haikyuu
story is really good. I'm
is
gonna
it better than Demon Slayer.
I'm gonna go with Demon Slayer though.
Okay.
Haikyuu story is really good. Fuck, but
so pick what's truest to you, not what you think is the more popular choice.
No, it's not popular choice. It's not about popular choice either. Oh, shit. Actually, no. I'm gonna pick Haikyuu. Sorry, I changed my. I'm gonna pick Haikyuu.
Haikyuu has the better story in this round for Mackie. Crispin, can you share with the audience what's the better story?
Bro, it's Haikyuu, bro. It's Haikyuu, bro.
Haikyuu for sure.
Nothing else to say, bro. There's nothing else to say. Story-wise, it's Haikyuu, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Shawnee, what would you say?
Even when it gets to the next round, it's going to be difficult to be Haikyuu in the next round. Character is difficult.
Depending on who they go up against, maybe.
So, Shawnee, who would you pick for this round?
I'm going with Demon Slayer. I personally Don't get me wrong. It's your generic story. You're
Revenge
sportsman.
story.
Your revenge. Your family gets destroyed by a demon. You're trying to find the fucking demon, then you end up becoming a demon slayer corpse to achieve that goal and whatnot. The twists and turns and how it all relates and how Tanjiro like connects to the demon slayer corpse in terms of his lineage. I think that's pretty fire and whatnot. So I dislike Demon Slayer like later on because after all it starts to drag and it's like sometimes it's just like get to the fucking point. Doesn't need to be as long as it does, but that's it. I would choose that over Haikyuu because Haikyuu essentially to me is again another like sports underdog story.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
so
but
we're giving it to Haikyuu. We're giving it to Haikyuu.
It doesn't drag though.
I mean, it won. I'm just speaking my piece.
I think you could say what you're saying for Haikyuu is actually in Demon Slayer, bro. I can't lie. Even though the second, and I know we're gonna move on, John.
Yeah.
Even though the second,
you're that nigga, bro.
The second arc, even though the second arc was highly, like everyone loved it, I thought that shit dragged. This third arc was a lot better. But anyway, let's move on.
Alrighty, we got Spy Family versus Undead Unluck.
This is unfair.
I already know what I'm picking.
This is just story.
I know it's not fair, but everybody know what it is. Spy Family.
You're gonna say Spy Family? Okay, Mackie, what do you say?
Okay,
Spy Family or Undead Unluck?
Shit,
Who's got a better story?
It's pretty good, but Undead Unluck, I've seen a couple episodes, and the story on that is also pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Undead Unluck.
Undead Unluck. Okay, so we need a tiebreaker, Shawnee. What do you think is the better story?
Look, I love Spy Family as much as the next person. I love fucking Anya. I love the whole concept of them just trying to like. It's cute. It's wholesome. I fucking love it. But if we're just comparing stories, dog, like we're talking about a girl who literally cannot touch anybody. She's essentially a rogue, except that instead of taking people's power,
character trait, but okay.
It's the story, nigga. That's the whole fucking story. You can't. It's a character trait. We have to tell the story. That's like saying we can't talk about Goku in the story of Dragon Ball.
Okay, so you're picking Undead Unluck.
Yes, it's Undead Unluck. The girl can't touch me because she fucking.
Okay, Undead Unluck. Undead Unluck is the winner. All right, so let's go to the bracket and let's go ahead and give Undead Unluck the win. Okay. Now, all right, I'm going to unmute everybody again. Everybody calm down. We are looking at JoJo's Bizarre Adventure versus Blue Exorcist. I hated Blue Exorcist. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, you are bugging.
I hated Blue Exorcist.
Let me be the last one, bro.
So, Shawnee, what do you say?
JoJo's Bizarre
We know what.
JoJo's? Mackie, what do you say? JoJo or Blue Exorcist?
It's crazy. Damn. I'm gonna say JoJo.
JoJo.
I agree with you, John. Blue Exorcist was kind of mid to me, even though I was watching it.
What would you say, Chris?
I would say Blue Exorcist because JoJo is too confusing. But cool.
Let's give it to JoJo.
You won anyway, nigga.
Let's give it to JoJo. Okay, we're going down to the next one. We got Mob Psycho versus The Promised Neverland. We're talking story. We're talking story. All right, Mac. So since this
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first.
Well, I already selected Mac to go first. Let him go, and then you go right after.
All right, Mac, go ahead.
It's The Promised Neverland.
Neverland.
Mob Psycho fans. It's Promised Neverland.
I can only say Mob Psycho. I can only say Mob Psycho because I haven't seen The Promised. So Mob.
All right, we got 1-1. Shawnee, you're the tiebreaker. Who wins this category? Story. This is only story.
Promised Neverland, dog. That story's fucking insane.
And The Promised Neverland is the winner. Let's pull up the bracket.
I'm not gonna argue because I haven't seen it. Can't argue.
Yeah, that story is insane. Crispin, season 1, season 2 was. I like
season 1.
You can't talk to me like that.
So let's.
I'm telling you to watch it. The story is still fire. It's just. They didn't do the manga, and it was like Tokyo Ghoul.
They didn't do the manga in season 2. That's all that happened.
All right, guys. The next matchup we're looking at is Soul Eater versus Mashle.
This is actually a really funny one. This is a good funny one.
This is competing.
It's not easy. Oh, it's easy, but I don't think we figured the same one.
Yeah.
This is
I
competing.
don't think we're picking the same one, Mac. I don't think we're picking the same one.
This is just story.
Just story.
Just story.
Yeah.
Shawnee, you said it was easy. You go first.
I said it's easy, but it's not easy.
So you should still go first.
For me, I'm gonna go with Mashle. I love Soul Eater. I love the concept, but in hindsight, it's literally just about them fucking trying to become fucking white witch meisters and collecting souls to unlock the ultimate weapon and whatnot.
Yo,
it gets more fucked up. But just to say, we're going off of anime, right?
Yeah.
We're going off of anime.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
the anime deviated off of the manga path.
Cool.
The anime
We're
deviated
not,
off the manga
why you
path.
bring the manga in here? Why are you bringing the manga in here? I wasn't even thinking about the manga.
Focusing on story of the anime, right? And if the story, it's like saying if you talk about Full Metal Alchemist, the original one, versus Brotherhood, you saw how.
But we didn't. We talked about Brotherhood. We didn't. We talked about Brotherhood. We didn't talk about Brotherhood. We talked about Brotherhood.
Okay,
Keep it moving.
so no,
It's
Crispin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go Soul Eater because match is not over, and you can't say it has a better story than this shit because all you've seen is this nigga get powered up on some Shrek shit, and that's it. You haven't seen nothing happen in the fucking show. Nothing has happened.
Okay, Crispin, thank you.
He's not wrong.
He's not, but I just didn't want that to last for too long.
But
so
I'm gonna have to go with
Mashle
because I wasn't really a fan of Soul Eater when I was watching.
So Mashle
wasn't really there for me. So I'm gonna go with Mashle.
Mashle's winning. So let's pull up the bracket and let's give Mashle the W. The W. Alrighty.
Next round anyway. That's about to lose next round anyway.
We got Black Clover versus Initial D. Black Clover is another anime I was not fond of. Black Clover versus Initial D. Good. These are two very different animes, but we're arguing story. Crispin, I want you to go first for this one.
Black Clover.
Black Clover. You are the Black Clover fan. I remember that. Yeah.
No, it's just a better story. I like Initial D a lot. I like Initial D a lot. But Initial D is literally one race, another race, another race, another race. That's it. There's no story.
Gotcha.
It's literally
there's just more depth to the story for you in Black Clover. Shawnee, what would you say?
Yeah, no, Black Clover go crazy.
It's Black Clover, dog.
Black Clover. Maggie, do you agree with the crew? Do you believe that Black Clover has a better story, or are you going with Initial D?
Yeah, it's Black Clover. Even though I prefer Initial D over Black Clover, it's Black Clover for sure.
Gotcha.
Story-wise.
Story Black Clover.
If people could ignore the yelling, then they would appreciate it. That's really it. But most people gave up because of that reason.
I don't give a fuck about the yelling, so.
Same.
Goku yells, Naruto yells.
Kage every damn day.
Black Clover is
no, but Naruto was a bitch. That was his issue. Sorry, not sorry.
That's a sweep. It's a sweep. Nobody voted Initial D, bro.
Sorry. Jesus Christ.
Alrighty. So we got Rising Hero versus Tokyo Revengers. Who's got the better story, Sean? Who's got the better story?
Damn, this one is kind of difficult. I can't lie.
It is difficult. It is difficult, but if we're going off of anime and what we've seen so far, I'm gonna go with Tokyo Revengers on story, just because Shield Hero was good for season 1, and then I think was it season 2 that dragged really fucking bad, that killed it. And it's like once you get past that first hype season, it's kind of like, yeah, it's Tokyo Revengers. Granted, Tokyo's gonna fall off at a certain point too, but as of right now, anime, it's Tokyo Revengers.
Okay, Mac, how do you feel about this matchup?
Tokyo Revenger ain't already fall off. That second season was kind of mid. I can't lie to you.
This is the best season of it.
So who's winning this matchup for you, story wise?
Oh, it's Tokyo Revengers, no question about it. Who was it? I don't even remember who was facing. Oh, Rising Shield Hero.
Shield Hero.
First season, Fire Flame Splitter. I was very interested. This was like one of the first isekais that I started watching when I started watching isekais. And yeah, I was definitely into the story. But I can say that I watched like 2 episodes of season 2 and the story was not storying for me. So I'm going to have to go with Tokyo Revengers. Season 1 Tokyo Revengers was probably the most hype I have been for a show in a while. That's not like One Piece or some shit like that. Like not something that's unknown that I was waiting every single week to watch this shit.
Gotcha. So your pick, Tokyo Revengers. Crispin, what would you say?
That is super easy. Tokyo Revengers.
Tokyo Revengers is a unanimous win. So let's go ahead, go back to the board, and let's advance Tokyo Revengers to the next.
Super question. Am I frozen?
No, you're good.
Okay, because you guys are frozen on my screen. But
no, you're okay. We see you just fine.
All right. These are the brackets, and these are the winners going on to the second round.
Round one, like we said earlier in the video, we were arguing about story versus story. For the winners of round one going off against each other in round two, they're going to be competing characters versus characters. So now we'll get an opportunity in the next episode to really get into which of these shows here, which of these animes have a stronger set of characters, or like maybe has a stronger sense of character development. Something like that. Who's got the strongest characters to their story? And for next episode, the face-offs in round two are Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood versus Reincarnated as a Slime. We have Jujutsu Kaisen versus Vinland Saga. We have My Hero Academia versus Attack on Titan. We have Hell's Paradise versus Fire Force. We've got Rurouni Kenshin versus Haikyuu. We've got Undead Unluck versus JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The Promised Neverland versus Mashle. And Black Clover versus Tokyo Revengers.
These are really good. There's some good matchups.
Oh shit!
There's some matchups.
We're gonna have to do the debates next week. We cooking next week.
Round two looks like it's shaping up to be really exciting. So we'll catch you guys in the next episode where we're gonna be debating characters for round two. This is Anime March Madness. We're giving you guys Anime March Madness. Remember who brought it to you. It was Nerdy by Nature. Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end of the video. Please like this video, leave a comment down below, let us know what you thought about today's topics or discussions. Share this video with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and that's Nerdy by Nature TV. We are changing what you believe to be nerdy. We are all nerdy, and here at Nerdy by Nature, we're showing you how easy it is to get in touch with your nerdy side. So you could listen to our podcast, that's Nerdy by Nature Podcast, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and that's Nerdy by Nature TV on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you prefer, and TikTok. And we're going to catch you on the next piece of content. Thank you once again.